Yeah. Hey, welcome to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. It is, it's a Friday. I giggle.
Why are you giggling? Why are you giggling?
I don't know.
No.
Because it's Friday.
Does that make you giggle?
Well, kind of. It's supposed to make you giggle.
Okay. I'll take
right?
the giggle. The giggle.
Giggles.
Yeah, the giggles.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Sure.
This is your kickoff time for the weekend.
It is my kickoff time.
Yeah.
It's everybody's kickoff
After
time.
this, it's like party.
You think it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever. I don't even know.
Did I
what
catch
to
you off
say.
guard?
Yes, you did.
I threw you into the race without preparation. You didn't stretch your muscles or anything.
I was not properly warmed up, Dan. That's a problem. So.
Well, first off, we need to mention that this portion of the show is sponsored by Stone Bank.
Yes.
Boulder Banking. Yeah.
And we have someone, Jackson Murray from Boulder Bank, from Stone Bank, who will be in as our guest today.
Well, good.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to visiting with him about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, we've got some weather, some maybe severe weather coming up today and tomorrow. So, when severe weather strikes, stay safe and stay ahead of the weather.
How do we do that,
Get the latest updates at stormtrack360.com, your trusted source for real-time weather coverage.
And if you missed
exactly
yesterday's interview, go back and watch it because it was very informative about things that they're doing and just how well their coverage is able to be.
Yes.
So I would invite you to go check that out for sure. There are a bunch of Easter egg hunts. I had a list, don't know where it is because, that's what happens.
Well, there's several. There's one on the square, and
that's Saturday. There's one today somewhere. Keep going.
And then we've got some, a couple of churches are having them on Sunday. Hopefully the weather will cooperate. I
think it's kind of iffy right now, probably, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We shall see what happens. Oh, there's a Good Friday service today at the Power of the Cross Fellowship and Food following that at the Ark PCG, and that's at 3598 Highway 65 North. You can reach out to them if you need more information. And the Easter egg hunt today is with the Boone County Library.
Oh, yes.
And on the courthouse lawn, and that's today at 4:15, ages 0 to 18.
So the courthouse is going to get inundated with Easter eggs.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
You know what? If you're like out there thinking, wonder if I can find any. Don't go steal them from the kids, but you can probably look after.
Yeah, they don't get them all, do they?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
It depends. Maybe they hide them fairly easily. I don't know. I don't know. But
what's funny is the ones that I've been to, they like if it's in a big field, you see them all over the place.
Right.
I mean, there's no trees
they're
to
not,
hide
right.
behind.
They're not hidden for sure.
And the kids will line up, and they'll say, like 3, 2, 1. And they'll take off, and there's 10 or 15 right there at their feet. But they don't. They run for them.
Exactly. I mean, that's part of the fun, right?
I guess so.
Did you hide Easter eggs for your kids?
Oh, yeah.
Did you have to
did
do
it
it
in the backyard, and I would forget, and you'd find them later, like a week later somewhere. You're mowing, and all of a sudden there goes an Easter egg.
As kids, I mean, growing up, we had real Easter eggs.
Yeah.
And the dog would find them too, so that was kind of an unfair advantage for the dog. I mean, come on, don't eat our Easter eggs. But we would get candy, but it wasn't necessarily in an egg because Mom would
boil the things,
boil them and color them,
and
go hide them outside.
I always thought it was cool that the eggs that cooked too long, they would crack.
Yes.
And the dye would get in the cracks, and it would be like veins.
Kind of cool, huh?
Kind of cool.
But when you tried to eat that as a deviled egg, it was kind of gross too. Did you eat your? Oh, not the ones that have been outside.
No,
I did not eat
you didn't
those.
know. You threw those away.
Yeah.
In theory.
If you follow our Facebook page and you know of any Easter activities that are going on, go just share them somehow with us so that I can post them because I can't find the page that had several of them
all of them on there. Yeah. Well, I think people have already got their plans made. They know where they're going to go. So.
Right.
But if you want to go to one today, it's on the square.
4:15.
At 4:15.
And then All right.
Well, let's jump right into the weather. What do you think? Since
Let's
we are
do.
talking about severe weather that could be possible.
Okay.
Isolated showers before 9 a.m. today. We didn't get to see any of those. Then a slight chance of showers after 3 today. Partly sunny with a high near 82 degrees. Going to be a little breezy with wind gust up to 35 miles per hour. The precipitation probability today is 20%. Tonight, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, and then showers likely and possibly a thunderstorm after 3 in the morning. Mostly cloudy and a low around 63 for the overnight low, and then mostly I was going to say mostly precipitation, but no. Chance of precipitation is 70%. New rainfall amounts between 1/4 and 1/2 inch. Saturday, showers likely and possibly a thunderstorm before 11, then showers and thunderstorms from 11 to 1, then showers possibly after that. So it's going to basically shower all day.
It's gonna rain all weekend.
Yeah, high 72, south winds up to 20 miles per hour. 80% chance of showers on Saturday. Saturday night, overnight low is 58 with a 90% chance of showers. I'll let you take the rest.
Sunday, which is Easter Sunday, a chance of rain and thunderstorms before 10 a.m., then chance of showers and thunderstorms between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. Then showers and possibly a thunderstorm after 1. It's going to rain.
Yeah.
Good grief. Chance of rain is 90%. Sunday night, a 40% chance of rain before 1 a.m. and a low of 49. Monday's a high of 74. No rain in the forecast. Monday night, mostly clear, low of 51. Tuesday, partly or mostly sunny, high of 80. Tuesday night, 20% chance of showers, low of 56. Wednesday's a 60% chance of showers or thunderstorms, high of 77. And a 40% chance of showers continues on into the evening on whatever day it is.
If you lost your
I lost
your
my
way,
place.
lost your
Or
place.
Wednesday, whatever I was talking about, 60%. Wednesday's a high of 77, and Wednesday night's a low of 58, 40% chance of showers. And Thursday, 60% chance of showers and highs. I'm done.
Did I give you too much to do?
Done.
Okay. Don't get a paper cut. All
Good
right.
grief.
You know, this week has been it's been kind of nice to have our topic to ponders. People have been responding.
They've been
very nice. Yeah.
engaged with that.
And this week was all about threes. What's your 3 favorites?
Why did you come up with 3?
What? I don't know. I thought
Why not
4.
4?
I
Why
thought
not 5?
4. I thought 4 and 5 would have been way too much.
You're probably right.
Yeah. 3 is like probably way too many. You know.
Ooh.
You know the one that I said, who's your 3 favorite friends or relatives?
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people wanted to answer that. They didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Well, did we have less responses on that?
Yeah, I think
wonder?
so. Yeah. So,
Well, you know what? Doesn't mean you don't love the other people. It's just whatever.
well,
Okay,
and,
but yeah.
and then you look and say, well, who do you mention first?
Does it matter?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
well,
does.
it does matter.
It does to
if
them,
I'm not
to
first
you.
on the list, just on you. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, here we go.
Get up, get moving, get those thinking caps on. It's time to ponder this topic.
Okay, today's topic to ponder. Anne, would you be well enough
Love
to
to. I would love to, Dan.
read this one?
Name 3 things you plan to do this weekend.
Oh, well, I had plans until I decided that I would just be doing nothing, watching the raindrops fall.
What were you going to do then?
I probably still will do some work out in the studio. I've got a leak
Mm-hmm.
out there.
Ooh.
Yeah, somewhere. It's coming in from too much rain. From the last time it rained, I went in there.
Are you talking about the office?
No, my home studio.
Oh, okay.
And there's a puddle of water in the middle of the floor there, and I'm like, ooh.
You have electrical equipment in there, don't you?
Yeah, but it's everything is the water's on the ground and the electrical equipment's
Right,
up. So
right. But
I'll probably be working on that.
that's indoors, except for
Yeah, that's
except you'll find where
yeah,
the leak is
I'll
real
find
quick.
find where the leak's oozing in from.
That's
yeah.
one thing.
Yeah. Let's see.
Do you do some sort of Easter dinner or anything? Do y'all get together for that?
They were
or-
talking about ham and stuff, but I don't like ham, so they're thinking about getting a what's the little chickens called? What's the
Oh, Dan.
Yes,
Yes, I do.
they're not rotisseries, but they're Cornish
Yes, Cornish hens.
hens. That
Yeah.
we'll probably do one of those.
Oh, okay.
I usually just put the whole thing in my mouth and pull out bones. because they're so small. You can just eat them that way.
Each one of you needs a Cornish hen. Honestly, have you
Yep,
eaten them
really?
before?
They're small.
Because they are small. I don't know. Is that the baby chickens? Is that what Cornish hens are?
I think it's.
Or are they some way
no,
raised that way?
I want to believe that they are fully grown. That's the
adult.
breed.
Okay.
Cornish.
I don't
Yes.
know. I haven't really investigated into Cornish hens, but. Oh, okay.
But that's two of the things I'll do. Probably sleep.
Okay.
You know, if it's go out on the deck and kick back. If it's warm enough, I'll might take a nap.
Well, you do that, Dan.
Yeah, I
now,
might
when the
take a nap.
thunderstorms come, you might have to haul yourself inside.
That's all right. I
huh?
sleep right through them anyway.
I hope you get rained on. I don't know why. You know,
You're
just being
cruel.
positive. Yeah.
You are cruel. What's your three? What are you going to do this weekend?
I mean, Sunday I'll be I'll
You're
be at
singing,
church. Well, I'll be
yes.
at church, and then I don't know if we're gonna have Easter or get together. I don't know who's working. You know, I don't know if one of my kids is working. I don't know. I haven't really investigated that far ahead.
Okay.
And I'm gonna eat some birthday cake. I am gonna tell you
Yeah.
that.
What's your birthday today? Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah.
But Richard made me a birthday
How old are you?
cake.
I'm not supposed to-
64. I don't care. I'll tell people.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
64.
64.
But you know what? The exciting part of that is Medicare next year.
Well, you can apply for it now.
I know, but
Yeah,
you
or
just have
Social
that
Security,
done
rather.
with. I guess I've already done my retirement.
you done
I
your-
mean, I've already applied for that. But
Okay. All
yeah,
right.
But the Medicare,
I don't know.
you
Doge
can't.
may take it away from you.
Well, they may.
You may not be
I
eligible.
may have gotten 3 months worth. Go me.
Yeah.
You know, and then I don't have I was gonna. My original plan was to go through my side of the garage.
Yeah.
And purge a lot of things that I had brought home from the house I grew up in, with stuff Mom had saved.
Yeah.
And yesterday I was supposed to go to an event. The event canceled, so I decided I'm going to go do it.
Oh, you did it yesterday.
Well, yes,
Last night. Yeah.
yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, yeah.
But I quickly found out that I couldn't do it by myself. I mean, I knew I couldn't do all of it by myself, and Richard was working. And I'll tell this. I can't tell the whole story, but he came home and saw me completely distressed. There was times when I was on the garage floor, y'all, crying and just throwing my hands up in the air, so frustrated that I was moving stuff from point A to point B and making no progress, and it absolutely was just very
You need help
Confining.
because you need somebody to tell you to throw it away.
well, maybe to go through it and at least look at them. Somebody to look at a picture and then I can toss it. You know, just something.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just that. It was like these big tubs of stuff that I was like, he said some of it we could keep, some of it he was going to
So you
take
need
out
help.
to the. I
Yeah.
needed help.
Yeah,
I needed
yeah.
physical help.
Yeah.
And when he got home, I think he could tell by the look on my face, I was completely distressed.
Yeah.
And we stayed at like it was 7:00 last night. We finally finished, and then he went in and made my birthday cake. So
He made your birthday cake?
he made my birthday cake.
Whoa.
It's the one my grandma used to make for me. My entire life, I've eaten Ann's fresh orange cake.
Did you
because that's
know
what
he
my
was making
grandma-
your cake?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he does it every year.
Okay.
My mom used to do it after my grandma died, who made it for me, and then he took that over. So hey,
Yay for him.
I got it. I know, but I felt
Yeah.
bad because he had worked all day and then helped me in the garage.
Well-
but you know what? It brought.
We
both
need
of
to
us
see
joy.
what his breaking points are.
Well, he hadn't reached it yet. 'Cause he's
There
still
you go.
married to me.
Keep going. Keep pushing.
Anyway, I don't know what those. I'm just gonna. I don't know. I don't really have a plan.
Oh my gosh. And that's the problem with getting old. All the memories that you want, no one cares but you.
True.
You could give them to your children, but they're like, I have no connection with this.
Well, a distant cousin made a comment like, "Do you have some way you're going to digitize, and
Yeah,
keep these
keep 'em,
things?" And I was
yeah.
like, "Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'll take a picture with my phone if it's something I want to keep."
Mhm. Yeah.
And then Mom used to keep 3 copies of a picture
Yeah.
in case everybody wanted one. I guess I don't know.
It-
But
it may
was
not-
it was very overwhelming.
It may not be your generation, but your children's kids or their kids
Yeah.
may take an interest.
Well, they may, but you know what?
Be nice
I
to
guess they
save
can
it.
go through the. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Let's do some history.
We're doomed to repeat ourselves, so let's find out what happened today in history.
With the house shaking, the windows rattling, the doors rattling, and the house kind of creaking, It was scary.
Wow. Not 119 years ago today, a devastating earthquake shook San Francisco, sparking widespread fires. Hundreds were killed in the initial earthquake, perhaps thousands more in the fires that followed. Chrissy Martin Stein was 8 years old at the time, and that was her account of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back in the saddle again, out where a friend is a friend.
This was 89 years ago today. The late cowboy crooner Gene Autry recorded his signature song, Back in the Saddle Again.
Okay.
There the prince and princess are. They've just appeared on the balcony of the palace, and they're waving to the crowd.
69 years ago today, actress Grace Kelly was married to Prince Rainier of Monaco at the Grimaldi Palace in Monte Carlo. CBS News correspondent Blair Clark described the scene when the couple greeted well-wishers after the ceremony. This was a civil ceremony. A larger church wedding took place the following day.
Okay. And then 59 years ago today, The Sound of Music won Best Picture at the Academy Awards. It was in the movie where Julie Andrews sang My Favorite Things.
Iconic.
The negotiations that led to these treaties began 14 years ago, and they continued under 4 administrations. I'm proud that they reached their conclusion while I was president.
47 years ago today, the Senate voted 68 to 32 to ratify the Panama Canal Treaties, which turned the canal over to Panama at the end of 1999. President Carter had pushed for ratification, and he spoke after the Senate vote.
No collusion, no obstruction.
This was 6 years ago today. The final report, the final report from the special counsel, Robert Mueller's Russia investigation, was made public. It outlined Russia's interference in the 2016 presidential election, but did not establish that members of the Trump campaign conspired to coordinate with the Russian government. President Trump called it a good day.
To me, all the characters are very different. The other side of the question is I don't get offered Arnold Schwarzenegger roles. I just don't ask me why. I just don't.
Well, if you know who Rick Moranis is, you know why. So he was born 72 years ago today. The alumnus of SCTV has made his living playing nerds and nervous dads in comedies such as Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and Ghostbusters. Moranis said in an interview that he harbors no illusions of starring in action movies.
You know, and he played in several of those movies, and he was at the top of his game. He was well known. His name had a lot of recognition, and then he quit.
Yeah.
He went
While he was ahead?
He just quit because he was raising his family.
Well, there
And
you
he
go.
wanted to be a family man, so that's...
I respect that 100%.
Here's your host, Conan O'Brien.
And we've got a birthday cut today, 60 years old today, late night. Host Conan O'Brien was born on this day back in 1963.
Amazing, you know, you go to bed looking like Courtney Cox, and you wake up Courtney Love.
62 years ago today, actor Eric McCormick was born. He played Will in the NBC sitcom Will and Grace.
And 49 years ago today, actress Melissa Joan Hart was born. She has played the lead roles in Clarissa Explains It All and Sabrina the Teenage Witch. She also co-starred on the sitcom Melissa and Joey with Joey Lawrence, and
There you are.
there you are. Okay.
Can we do 11? It's music.
Yes, we can.
Okay.
That's all you're going to get.
Okay, 46 years ago today, television personality Kourtney Kardashian was born. She starred in her family's reality television series Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Look, I need to plan a mode-worthy party for $500. Get Daniel a new assistant, and get Justin a signed photo of Lindsay Lohan in 2 days. I'm kind of busy.
Kind of busy. 41 years ago today, actress American Fiera was born. She played the title character in Ugly Betty. I liked her. She's a good actress.
Betty. Yep.
All right, we're going to take our first break, and when we come back, we're going to have Jackson Murray from Stone Bank.
And before we go to break, Dick's Five and Dime. Get on down to Dick's Five and Dime. They're doing the Streetscapes project, and they're giving 5 $100 shopping sprees away. So
Okay.
go there.
All right, we're going to take a break. We come back, Jackson Murray. And welcome back to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. In the studio with us, we have Jackson Murray.
Yeah.
Hey, Jackson, first time meeting you.
Yeah, it's good to meet you. I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah.
It's good to be here.
We appreciate Stone Bank for being our sponsor.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Stone Bank is probably the only bank in town that looks, the aesthetics of the outside building look totally different than anywhere else.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, it's one that catches your eye. I'd say when you're driving by and, it's like,
It's kind of got a retro look to it.
yeah, it's a little bit more modern.
Yeah.
But I think that's pretty neat because then whenever you go on the inside, I mean, it's the feeling of just comfortability I think that you have in there is makes it feel a little different than
A
everywhere
little
else
homey and not so intimidating, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And then I think our staff knowing a lot of our customers by name and taking accountability and ownership of every transaction, new application that we're taking, new account, those aspects of it make it feel like you're welcome and appreciated.
Yeah, and if you go through the drive-through, you'll probably meet Ramsey.
Yeah.
Ramsey Methvin. He's been around this area.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been there for 5 or 6 years or so.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think he was there when you first opened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you're new there. Well, relatively new, I guess.
new,
As
yeah.
a loan officer, is that your...
Correct. Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
So tell us a little bit about your journey as far... How did you end up there?
Well, so I've been in banking for around 5 years.
Okay.
I've been with Stone for about a month now. It's actually a month today. So...
Well,
I've
happy
been there.
birthday.
Yeah, and happy birthday to you. I saw that
Thank
this
you.
morning. So,
Thank you.
But yeah, so I've been there about a month now. Primary role is, helping customers secure different types of financing. I mean, it comes in all shapes and sizes for everyone. So I have to work to develop an understanding of their businesses and how they operate. So
You have to delve into a lot more than I used to think that they would for a loan.
Yeah, no, I think it's the complexity of it's increased pretty significantly.
Right. But I guess that's for safe transactions and just to get more of a streamlined for you.
Right.
For that particular client.
And I think it also provides, the lender a better understanding of their customer's full financial situation.
Right.
Which allows us to tailor products.
Are you a general loan officer, or do you specialize in construction or business?
Primarily business, commercial.
Primarily business,
and
okay.
agriculture.
Okay.
But no, I mean, I'll do, just about anything.
Home loans?
Yeah.
That
we
kind
can
of
do
thing?
some of that stuff. And then even just your consumer, everyday, personal auto loan, things like that. So, yeah, I mean, that's the good thing about it is, you can come in and get with me. And then if I can't help you, I've got someone that can.
Yeah.
And so we've got plenty of
how
products.
competitive is Stone right now as far as the other banks? Are they right in line with everyone? Or
No, I mean, I think that, Stone kind of separates themselves not only with our products as far as the loan side, but also deposit products. As far as a lender, we specialize in government guaranteed lending. So we have the USDA, the SBA, and then the FSA, which, those are government-backed loans.
Right.
And so with those, you're going to get more flexible terms, maybe a little easier approval process and some of that stuff. And, at times it's just going to be easier qualifications, potentially lower down payments and stuff like that. And then when it comes to deposit products, I would say that we're extremely competitive in that. We have a special right now on a 5-month CD. We're paying 4.75% APY on that. Obviously,
What's the term? What?
It's a 5-month.
Oh, you said that.
Yeah, it's a 5-month on that. But then we also offer it's called a Fortress savings account. And so that is a free savings account with no minimum transactions, and there's no interest rate cutoff on balances, and we're still paying 4% APY on that.
Wow.
Savings.
Okay.
So
I think that's huge.
I think that one's tough to beat. Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're a full service bank. I mean, you do the what you think of the teller bank, the deposit and all that, but also specialize in some good rates there on CDs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, very competitive in that, and then, like I said, kind of sets us apart with our, government-backed lending that we offer. And as far as FSA goes, I mean, we're a nationwide FSA lender, and so that's a big one, especially with our farmers. Around here we're primarily dealing with cattle farmers,
Right.
But there are those row crops and things like that, poultry and different divisions that you have to consider that we we take on.
I wouldn't
quite a
think
bit
that
of it.
every bank would be real familiar with that necessarily. So the
Right.
fact that you state that is definitely a plus for Stone Bank.
Yeah. No, I think that we have, like I said, a long, lineup of different types of products for different types of people, businesses, farmers. And so that's what, kind of going back to what I was saying earlier, really diving in a little deeper and understanding the customers and the businesses, farmers you're dealing with. It adds a lot more to it.
Yeah.
There's a thought process as far as corporate bank and then more of a hometown bank.
Right.
So where would Stone Bank fall in that?
I mean, relatively, Stone's a pretty small bank. So, I mean, I'd say you're about as close to a hometown as you're going to get. We have a headquarters in Little Rock, originally Mountain View.
Okay, so it's Arkansas based.
It's an Arkansas bank. Yep, we've got 5 locations throughout Arkansas.
Okay. Yeah. Which, for me, personally, that speaks wonders.
Yeah.
I like that home, smaller.
There's been a lot of banks that started out here locally by local business people. And then somewhere along the way they get bought out and sold, and then it
changes.
And then when your customer service is not one-on-one anymore, it's like we'll call the main office.
Right.
So
I like that one-on-one, and I think a lot of people do.
Yeah. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
And you are that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So if I walked into Stone Bank during normal business hours, you would probably be one in the offices there?
Yeah. Yep, I'd be in one of the offices, me, and then there's a couple other lenders that we have there. And then we've got our loan assistants that help us, and they pretty much take care of us, and so we appreciate them.
Are there kind of loans that people don't know that you give? They just come off the top of my head. I don't know, maybe there is not, but I didn't want to.
I would say there probably is some. I would say probably more so what people aren't familiar with is the way we can structure loans, maybe to help them in their unique situations, like different types of repayments or like the construction phase, and like just different types of options we can offer where maybe it'd make more sense to pay on an annual basis than a monthly basis, or a quarterly basis than a monthly basis, or maybe with this project it's going to be primarily driven off of the income producing, and it needs a period of time where we're only going to collect the interest, and then once we get up and running, we'll get on a regular payment basis. And the flexibility, I think a lot of people are unsure of. And so,
which would be a little different for a corporate entity where you have to, you have to fit into their, their framework.
Yeah, I think that is true for sure.
Is lending healthy, right? I mean, as far as people are stretched some with the economy, but do y'all see a down ticker on it, or is it?
It's been, we did for a little while.
Yeah.
I think that it's coming back, and
Good.
I think that we're in a really good spot right now. I know that, not only with Stone Bank, but just within the community, the amount of mortgages that were recorded last month was one of the biggest packets that I've seen in a long time.
That's encouraging.
There's a lot of activity going on within the community.
And I hear the interest rate might drop a little bit in the next few months.
Yeah, you got any intel?
Yeah, I think we're all kind of on the edge of our seat, just kind of waiting on it. But because we have been for so long, and we've been talking about it and thinking about it, and a lot of people haven't realized. I mean, they have been coming down. It's just been very slowly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that will probably continue. But I do think that we're headed in the right direction.
I think fear kind of pushes the idea of where we go with this.
Right.
If we fear a lot, then we won't borrow money.
Correct.
Or we won't
Same with the stock
decide.
market.
Yeah, the stock market's another thing too. Yeah. But I think people's confidence in what we're doing will help you for one thing.
Yeah, no, I think there was a lot of people there that were sitting there for a year or two that were, saying like, not right now, I'm waiting.
Right.
I'm waiting.
Yeah.
And if you were waiting, I think that we're getting to that point where now is probably the time. If it's not now, it's coming pretty quick. And then, there's always the option of refinancing. If there's something that you can't pass up on.
Right.
I always say, date the rate, and then you marry the house or marry
whatever
the product is, and then we can always get you out of that later. But
okay.
So
that's
wow.
Yeah.
Save yourself some money in that.
How can people get a hold of you?
Well, I mean, I'm located at our location. It's 1302 Highway 6265 North, right there in Harrison. Like you said, it's the big, beautiful building. Got all the windows and stone along the side and stuff. And then my direct office line is it's 870-280-5727, and I'm willing to take your call at any time. And you know,
Okay.
I can, like I said, if I can't help you, I've got somebody who can, and I can direct you to the right person.
All right.
Remember, there's still like a hometowny feel there, and they've got a lot to offer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Well, if you
Boulder
like that-
Banking.
Boulder Banking.
That's right, Bank Boulder.
That's a cool. That's a cool slogan.
We like saying it.
Yeah.
Well, Jackson, anything else that would you like to say that
Yeah.
that we missed?
The only other thing that I would, you know, encourage everyone to do is, you know, the Best of Harrison for the Harrison Daily Times. The voting is open.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You know, we appreciate your vote. If you want to, you can go in and vote. We've been nominated for Best Bank, Best Short-Term Lender, and Best Employer for under 25 employees. in
Nice.
Harrison.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
we would
Nice.
appreciate it.
Do you know when how long they have to vote?
I believe it closes at the end of the month.
Okay.
So
Okay.
got a
All
little bit
right.
of time
Get
left.
your vote in there.
But yeah, I would appreciate it. We'd appreciate it.
Thanks, Jackson.
Thank
We
you guys.
appreciate
Good to meet
Absolutely.
you.
Good to meet you guys.
And
Thank
if
you
I
very
need
much.
some money, I know where I'm going.
That's right. Give me a call.
I've got an account down there. So yeah.
Good deal.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have more for you from around the table with Dan and Ann. Stay with us. Hey, welcome back to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. And it is a Friday. Hope you guys have some plans. I'm probably going to be wet plans, not unless you drive 100 or 200 or 300 miles out of this weather.
Wet Easter egg hunting.
It's going to be wet.
How fun can it be?
Yeah.
Just go let the kids get out there and just get soaked in their pretty Sunday clothes. But take your picture first. I was bad not to take pictures.
You didn't?
I wasn't near as good as my mother was for us.
No, but it sounds like she took 3 pictures for everything.
Yeah, it's about true. But I'm just, maybe I just kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. I like going over. I've got boxes of photos that I took when I was first married and took them of the boys and stuff. I've boxes of those things. You know.
What do you do? What are you going to do with them?
I may do like you, sit on the floor and cry and throw them away. I don't know. What do you do with them?
It seemed I couldn't just throw them away. I was like, we're gonna have to burn them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to burn. I can't. I don't know why. There's just something about me that won't let that happen.
It's emotional, isn't it?
Yeah. And I guess it's a closure in a way.
Yeah, I guess.
This is a project that's 13 years in the making. But anyway, yeah. I'm sorry. I don't mean to dwell on it.
You want to delve deeper into it?
No, you know what? I'll be in a puddle. I will be in the floor in a puddle. So no, I do not want to delve into it. But
yeah, I like to get you to the edge of almost crying, but not on something like this.
I felt guilty about getting rid of them, and I don't really know why. But
you've
I felt
held
guilty
on to
about it.
You were the caretaker.
I was.
Yeah.
And I kept some, but yeah, I can't keep it
Yeah.
all. I can't. So anyway, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Enough of that.
How many photos do you have on your phone? It's the same kind of thing.
A bazillion.
Yeah, I know. And do you ever delete some of those?
Yeah, I put them on a flash drive. And then I can delete them, and then inevitably I'll want something on.
Well, you could put them up on Google. You have a Google account free, but they only give you so much room. They know that you will want to save all this stuff, and once it gets so full, they'll say, "Oh, you could buy it for $2 a month more." And
I think I have extra Google storage.
Yeah,
but I also Amazon. If you're Amazon Prime, you can have Amazon photos, and you can put
limitless
photos on there. But I want it to be easy. I want to be able to select a bunch of them at once, not just with the Amazon photos. I don't have that option, so it'll be a process. But anyway, okay.
Okay.
I don't even know where we are in the process.
Well, since Easter's coming up,
yeah.
The candy Easter bunnies, the chocolate ones.
Yes.
Which part of the Easter bunny do you eat first?
I can tell you what I eat first. Ears.
You eat the ears, okay. Mm-hmm. Let's see. They want to know if you do eat the ears first.
Oh, okay.
And that's every year, in addition to figuring out how much money we'll spend on Easter, which is actually $20 billion collectively this year. The National Retail Federation does a nationwide survey to find out which part of the chocolate bunny Americans will eat first, and 77% of us start with the ears, while just 16% of us go for the feet.
Okay.
The remaining 6% of weirdos start with the butt.
Well, they just are butt heads. I don't know. But read the next one.
Yeah.
So
with that in mind,
yeah, go ahead.
We now spend more money on candy Easter than we do on Halloween candy.
Well, there you go.
It's hard to believe it, but Halloween isn't the biggest holiday for candy sales. Easter is. Get this. New data from the National Retail Federation estimates that we'll spend almost $3.5 billion on Easter candy, or a couple $100 million more than we spent on Halloween. Wow.
Wow.
That comes to about $15 per chocolate bunny, jelly beans, and Peeps for every American that buys candy.
Well, your grandkids are a little older now, but
yeah,
like my mom did Easter baskets for us into our adulthood.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't. Richard and I don't do that. But
I remember we didn't have the confetti grass back then, or couldn't find any.
The stuff that-
So we went out in the yard and pulled
Real
grass,
grass?
made real, yeah.
that's cool. I guess.
Wow.
You know I shouldn't say this is kind of a gross story, but like the tinsel on the tree or the little grass
yeah.
things,
Mhm.
my cat ate it, and she, I'm telling you, well, because I only knew that because the next day when she had to use the restroom, it was stuck.
Little silvery.
There was a little. It was like, oh my gosh! So just be aware if you have pets, they might try
like
to
that
eat
kind of
the
stuff.
fake grass. I
Okay.
don't know.
Which is odd because when my cat brings in a rat or a bunny that they've killed, they won't eat the whole thing. They'll tear its heart out
They'll kill
and
it.
separate the organs out on the deck.
For you to
Macabre.
gander at.
Yeah.
Macabre, exactly. Very macabre.
New report says boomers should work into retirement age.
Oh.
Yep, doing that
Well,
already. Hey, boomers.
Yep.
Want to work when you're retired? A new report from the International Monetary Fund says you should. The report collected data from 41 countries and found that 70-year-olds now have the same cognitive abilities as a 53-year-old, suggesting that they should raise the retirement age. The report also said that the aging population is stressing out the economy and pension systems needed to reform. The numbers show that 1 in 10 women over the age of 65 still has a job.
Well, all right then. I guess I'll stick around for another
Yeah.
year.
Well, you're 60. Well, you're 64 now.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what you feel like when you're 65 next year.
We'll see.
We'll see.
According to a new survey by the New York Federal Reserve, almost half of Americans think that they would be rejected for a credit card if they applied today.
Who are these people? Anybody.
Anybody.
Oh.
More than 8% say they won't even try to apply, even though they need a line of credit. And it's not just credit cards. 33% say they're pretty sure they can't even get a car loan.
Wow.
Yeah. Only 62% of Americans say they would pony up $2,000 for an emergency right now. So I guess they're not, they're not able to save. So it's not on there, Dan.
Oh, okay.
If that's what you're looking for. It's an oldie.
I was looking for it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of stark. I mean, it's, no wonder.
Well, you look at the credit card industry, and they start off says it's only 8% to start.
Yeah, my booty.
Yeah, and then when if you can't pay it off each and every month, of course they still charge you interest fees, but if you can't pay it off, you look at how much they're charging. I mean, it could be 30%.
And I don't know if some people know that. You need to, you've got to watch that stuff because they will.
You're just paying the bill and don't look at the details.
You will never ever get ahead.
Yeah.
And I've always encouraged my kids to just pay a little over.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, if it's $5, just pay it. Pay extra on your car, whatever you can do. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, the money system is changing.
Yeah.
And it's getting to where it's quicker to do things where you don't have to worry about credit cards.
Right. And who do you think's better about saving money, men or women?
Men.
Really?
Yes.
Nearly twice as much in savings than women do.
Mm-hmm.
Experts say it's because of the gender pay gap.
I don't believe that.
Which is that women make less money than men, and it's also because they have less confidence in investing. Now, that may be true. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Women also tend to be caregivers of the family and sacrifice work because of it. So, I don't know. I was a better saver than my husband. Till he turned me.
Till he turned you?
No, we saved.
Yeah. You gotta.
But he said, we're not going to just sit with this stuff in here. We're going to use the money.
Yeah. I think when you're young, your mentality is, ooh, I got a paycheck. And then by Monday you go, ooh, I don't have any money in my paycheck count.
Yeah. I would. When I went to camp, Girl Scout camp, and Mom sent me with money, and she said, what you don't spend, you can keep. So I didn't hardly spend anything.
Yeah.
I was a saver.
There you go.
I was a saver.
That made a difference in you.
Yeah. Anyway.
Good for you. You want to take a break?
I need one.
You're wearing me out.
Okay.
Take a break. We'll be right back. We got more stuff for you, and then we've got Today Is, and then we'll say goodbye-bye for this week's show. Everybody's waiting for that. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Around the Table. We've got about 5 minutes remaining, and
Just about.
excuse me,
Just about.
just about.
Just about 5 minutes.
Oh, let's see. I have a story for you.
Okay.
You know, this 23andMe is being probed by the by Congress already.
Yes.
Congress is coming after 23andMe, the genetics testing and ancestry company that filed for bankruptcy last month. Several lawmakers have sent a letter to the CEO asking questions about user data, and they want answers by May the 1st.
Wow.
Some of the 23andMe customers have claimed that they're having trouble deleting their data from the site, which can include their DNA.
Okay.
See this
you
is
don't want that in anybody's hands, right?
well, yeah, I know. The House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform and the Federal Trade Commission have also sent letters to them. Americans' health info is usually protected by the HIPAA laws, but they're not covered under the third-party companies. So,
wow,
that's in the works.
Okay, there's lots of hello, and in the works. Where science and tech and that type of thing are concerned, lab-grown teeth are a real thing, and they could replace your fillings.
Okay.
And scientists have created lab-grown teeth. They're not like referring to dentures. These teeth are made from a person's cells, and they can grow into your jaw and repair themselves with real teeth. Kind of, I guess, like stem cell type. Maybe?
Yeah, I guess
Researchers are now trying to figure out if it's better to implant the teeth or grow them inside a person's mouth. Experts say it's a dental breakthrough that could get rid of the need for fillings and implants, which don't always last forever.
Great.
Wouldn't it, though? I can't tell you how many fillings I've had to have,
redone.
Yeah.
It's a breakthrough.
It is a breakthrough. I like that kind of stuff. That
I do too.
Scientific stuff.
Also, since we're talking about weird science and technology, MIT engineers determined how to bowl a strike every time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that cheating?
These are for the bowlers. No. Science has just determined exactly how to score a perfect game in bowling. All you got to do is aim for the 28th wooden floorboard from the left, and then crunch a few impossible complex equations.
Okay, they're not telling you what the equations are.
We can take a little calculator with you. Come on.
How do you know what to put in it?
I don't know. Researchers from Princeton and MIT calculated that releasing the ball at precisely 17.9 miles per hour at a 45-degree angle from the foul line with a spin rate of 416 RPMs per second will guarantee you a strike every single time. Piece of cake. Piece of cake.
How do you calculate that? How do you know that?
Well,
I mean, how do you do that, Dan?
You got to get
how do you measure that?
You got to get an AI robot to roll the ball for you.
Well, you could probably put in the parameters and the thing will do it. Right?
Well, I'm sure they did this with some kind of machine.
Yeah.
Or they dropped and spinned or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it gave
Not
a strike
sustainable
every time.
in real life.
No.
And Shein and Temu prices are probably going up next week.
What now?
Shein and Temu.
Oh,
prices
Temu. Okay.
Are probably going up next week. The Chinese fashion retailers announced that starting next Friday, price increases because of new tariffs will go into effect.
I need to get my order in.
Shipping just one item could cost up to $75.
Whoa!
That's a big deal when you buy a $6 dress. Wow. But experts say that some people will pay for it because it's still cheaper than other stores. What did you do? What are you doing to me? Hey, we want to remind you to go to Dick's 5 and Dime where they're doing the Streetscape and get your sign up for one of the 5 $100 shopping sprees that will be given away. So get on to Branson. You can go shopping there while it's raining, people.
Yeah, and we want to thank Stone Bank for being a part of the show.
Yes, we do. And happy birthday to me.
And remember, we've got severe weather coming up this weekend, so when severe weather strikes, stay safe and stay ahead. Get the latest updates at stormtrack360.com.
Yes.
Your trusted source for real-time weather coverage. And they do. They have real-time, not delayed or pre-recorded.
Today is Good Friday. I think most of us know that, but it is Good Friday and Sunday's coming. Annual Detroit Marshmallow Drop. Okay. International Piñata Day.
Piñata.
I had a piñata at my birthday. National Animal Crackers Day. National Transfer Money to Your Daughter's Account Day. That's probably every day. National Clean Out the Medicine Cabinet Day. I guess that's next, Dan.
Okay.
Start of the second week of Coachella.
Coachella.
Coachella. All right, that's all for today.
All righty.
Okay.
Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you Monday. Have a great weekend.